Three games, three wins. Manchester City, Arsenal, Fulham. Just weeks ago, Manchester United looked lost, tactically confused, mentally fragile, and stuck in another false rebuild. Then Michael Carrick stepped in. No hype, no press conference revolution. Yet suddenly, United look like a football team again. This is the story of how Michael Carrick changed Manchester United forever. Before Carrick, United didn't just lack results, they lacked clarity. Like pressing without coordination, midfielders isolated defenders, exposed players unsure of their roles. Under Ruben Amorim, the problem wasn't effort, it was over complexity. United were forcing a system onto players instead of building a system around them. Carrick understood something immediately. Before changing football, you change understanding between the players. Carrick's first big decision was brutally simple. As Johan Cruyff once said, playing football is very simple, but playing simple football is the hardest thing there. So he simplified everything. Shorter distances between the lines, fewer risky vertical passes, and clear build up lanes, and players closer to their natural positions. Like Luke Shaw playing as a left back, and Bruno is now again playing up to the front, and no longer a centre midfielder playing in deep. Also, centre backs stopped forcing play. Midfielders finally showed for the ball. Full backs advanced with purpose, not instructions. This wasn't flashy, it was functional, and suddenly, United could breathe. This is where Carrick's influence is undeniable. United regained control of midfield. Better spacing, fewer turnovers. Slower and controlled tempo against City, this control disrupted rhythm. Instead of pressing recklessly, United held a compact mid block. The double pivot stayed connected to the backline, closing central lanes and forcing City wide. City had possession, but not penetration. Against Arsenal, midfield spacing became survival. After conceding early, United didn't panic. They dropped slightly deeper, reduced the distance between lines, and forced Arsenal to circulate the ball laterally instead of vertically. That adjustment changed the tempo of the match. In the match against Fulham, midfield rotation became belief. When Fulham began targeting space behind the high line, one midfielder stayed deeper to shield transitions while others advanced selectively. That balance stopped counters and restored control late in the game. Carrick rebuilt United the same way he played football: calm, intelligent, positionally aware, control before chaos. Under the previous system, United pressed constantly and poorly. Carrick changed the logic, pressing only on triggers. Wingers curve runs instead of sprinting blindly. Forcing play wide, not through the middle. Look at the City game. United didn't chase Ederson or press centre backs aggressively. They waited for sideways passes, then jumped. That forced City into predictable wide areas where traps were set. Against Arsenal, pressing became situational. They allowed Arsenal's fullbacks high, then attacked the first loose midfield pass, which led directly to transitional attacks and the equalizer. Against Fulham, pressing was controlled aggression. When possession was lost high up the pitch, immediate compact pressure prevented Fulham from launching direct counters. This had two massive effects. United stopped getting played through, players conserved energy. United no longer looked desperate, they looked prepared. Chapter 5: Players Reborn. Players look better. These are the exact same players who were frustrated against a 4th division club and now they're haunting the big clubs. Not because they changed, but because the system stopped fighting them. Creative players found space, midfielders had options, defenders had protection, confidence returned because roles became clear. Carrick didn't demand perfection, he demanded understanding. Chapter 6: 3 wins, 3 statements. 2-0 versus Manchester City on deal. Discipline and control, United shrank central spaces. Forced City wide. Attacked in transition. The first goal came after disciplined defending and immediate vertical progression. Win the ball, one pass forward. Exploit the space behind the high line. After scoring, United didn't collapse. They controlled tempo, managed distances, killed the rhythm. That structure, 3-2 versus Arsenal, adaptability and belief. At the Emirates, United were tested. After conceding early, they didn't lose shape. They recalibrated midfield positioning, invited Arsenal forward, then attacked the space behind the high defensive line. The equalizer came from transitional intelligence. The second goal from vertical combination play through compressed midfield lines. And the winner? Positional patience, dragging defenders wide before striking decisively. That's in game adaptation. 3 to 2 versus Fulham, mentality and resilience. This was different. High tempo, back and forth, emotional. Fulham exploited space behind the high line once, but United adjusted. Midfield dropped slightly. Fullbacks timed overlaps better. Defensive distances tightened. And late in the match, instead of forcing chaos, United recycled possession and attacked selectively. They didn't rush, they believed in the system. Three different opponents, three different challenges, one consistent idea. That's not a honeymoon period, that's structure doing its job. Chapter 7: Why this changes United forever. Whether Carrick stays or not, Manchester United can't unlearn this. They've seen simplicity beat chaos, midfield control, restore confidence, tactical clarity, unlock players. Carrick reminded United of a forgotten truth. Football doesn't need to be complicated to be intelligent. Sometimes the quietest changes are the most permanent. Michael Carrick didn't shout. He didn't promise miracles, he just fixed what was broken. And in doing so, he may have changed Manchester United forever.